through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium in Super Bowl 58.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Only 1 quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the 4th. On 2nd down, Mostert.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Here's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Mostert. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Mostert. And he'll be taken down at the 34.
What a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical 3rd down here. They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. The stadium clock says 0, but the one on your screen is the one that matters, and the officials say yes, it's a timeout with 1 second left to go and a field goal try forthcoming to potentially send us to overtime. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders.
With 1 second to go, this to send us to overtime. And his kick is indeed good, and the Dolphins have tied things up here in the 4th. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go. Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away.
And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. The Niners set to take over on offense. Well, CD, certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it after the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs. Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now the game reaches OT. Every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. Oh.
One of the linebackers has got it.
And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches.
And now we've got a review here. All challenges in overtime, of course, initiated by the replay official here in the stadium. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey.
Oh, and the tackle comes quickly. That's only going to get him a couple.
And now with 6 seconds left in overtime, they're going to take a timeout.
Tense moments in overtime of a Super Bowl. Remember, a touchdown doesn't yet clinch it as they come up on 2nd down.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. One overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment.
Well, if you like drama, especially in the biggest of all games, we are back for the 2nd overtime now in the Super Bowl.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
A nice start for them here to overtime, and maybe the plan here is don't do anything too crazy. Don't try for some big play, Charles. Just move the chains, put the pressure on the defense.
Well, these early first downs are certainly nice confidence builders as they begin overtime, because even though you just played 4 quarters, the feeling's entirely different when you take the field in OT, because you just want to settle in, as you suggested, keep the ball moving, and rely on your opponent to make that first big mistake.
OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this.
I think we can safely call this one of the greatest games ever played as we now head to a 3rd overtime of this Super Bowl.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 107 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this Super Bowl.
They'll run with McCaffrey, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now with 6 seconds left in overtime, they're going to take a timeout. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a run with McCaffrey, and he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 18-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. This is McCaffrey, and he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
Well, welcome back to the millions watching nationally and around the world. Boy, have you been in for a treat. An all-time classic as now we go to the 4th overtime of this Super Bowl. Unbelievable. They are into field goal range, but definitely thinking touchdown as they come up 1st and 10.
McCaffrey, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Things now, Charles, looking pretty good here. A great opportunity to try to cash in for 6 on the opening possession of overtime.
And what I'm liking, Brandon, is what I see down on the sidelines. I see a defense huddled up and ready to go.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's